Hello everyone. Good evening. In this opportunity, our group will bring a presentation with the title The Impact of Ethnocentrism Towards English Communication in Thailand and Indonesia. I would like to introduce my group members. We are a group of 7 people. There's Tawan Chai Posani, Tanchanak Panwan, Wanisa Ratana, Dipawan Kang Hae, Mega Astuti, Adinda Putri Citra Dewi, and me, Adinda Tasya Ahmadiyah. And let's move to the first speaker, Putri.
Okay, thank you for your time, Adinda. All right, firstly, regarding to our topic that we raise in this research, the question is, how does ethnocentrism impact on cross-cultural communication? Well, in every country around the world, it is not impossible for us to discover various of unique and exceptional cultures. Each society upholds a culture that literally is a betrayal of their own values and way of life that are all had been preserved for centuries. Yet, when it comes to perspective of one ethnic group towards the other, as well as their culture, sometimes it's quite a tricky and sensitive thing to discuss. One group of society might feel the sense of pride and how they think that their culture is far better than the others, which quite often cause a split between two or more ethnic groups involved. It is a fact that ethnocentrism is still becoming a troublesome societal issue occurring till this day. As a factor of social barrier, ethnocentrism also caused an effect on cross-cultural communication. Well, as we can see, cross-cultural communication requires a global language to ease our effort to communicate with people that possesses different culture value and language. While between Thailand and Indonesia, there are many aspects that both ethnic groups can turn and talk to, whether they are collaborating on certain activities or even living in society. But the barrier between the two ethnicities is conversational mediums, or as we could say, different languages. And that is where they need to use English so they could communicate and understand one another. From the survey indicated that English is quite essential for cross-cultural communication, trade, and business, which is something that should not be overlooked. Although it is essential indeed, not everyone could accept English as easy as we thought it would, especially when ethnocentrism involved around the corner. Therefore, the issue that we're going to raise in this research through this presentation, namely the effect of ethnocentrism towards English communication in Indonesia and Thailand. You may continue to the next slide.
Metal. This research about the effect of ethnocentrism toward English communication in Indonesia and Thailand is a decisive qualitative research method. The sources we ask in our research are from our personal experience and through academic journal of previous study regarding issue of ethnocentrism and the aspect of English in Indonesia and Thailand that are relevant for our recent study. Next.
English, a very necessary language these days because most of today's humans communicate with each other with English, which Thailand has given importance to the English language same. But at present, English language skills are still at a low level because the English language program of the Thai Ministry of Education does not focus on speaking English. It mainly focuses on grammar, reading, translations. To understand and to pass most of the university entrance exams. Therefore, people in Thailand do not dare to use English to communicate. If the Ministry of Education adjusts the curriculum so that students can use English to communicate more, may make Thai students used to use English, which is good for the students themselves and also good for the future of the nation. Thank you. Next.
Thailand has never been not colonized by England or any other European power. This means that Thailand has a bright history of being associated with English despite the increasing importance of the English language in Thailand, a place that is not widespread and has placed universe, especially concerned poor community. Concerned Thai people, the economy is growing rapidly, while Thailand is moving close to the ASEAN Economic Community and later become ASEAN member country. In addition, Thailand has become one of the leading countries in Southeast Asia with for its companies interested in investing as a research. It has become necessary for Thai working in this field. The company can use English as the medium of communication. Although English become necessary curriculum for Thai students must keep in mind that barrier to acquiring a second language such as age, gender, culture, and ethnicity and gender is a parameter factor later expertise on the culture of the people who live in a society in particular become the latter defining. Next slide. This is an example of ethnocentrism in Thailand. If Thai people live together with foreigner, Thai people will try to teach them Thai language so that they can talk easy without caring about the ethnocentrism of other culture. Two Thai people will think that their own country is not colonized and not colonized by any country. Therefore, the concept of ethnocentrism is born thinking that their native language is not a second language to be the official language. Thank you. Next.
Okay, ethnocentrism in Indonesia. There are still many Indonesians who
think that if we use English, it means we are not nationalists. What really scares them is the imperialist spirit that some Indonesians have who graduated from university abroad or who work and live abroad. And there are still Indonesian people who lower their skill in Indonesian and prefer to speak English only for their capitalist interests or personal interests. The view that consider that if Indonesia use English assumes that the person is not nationalist. This other stereotype that makes Indonesian lazy to speak English. Then this view makes Indonesian less able to express themselves in public in English. So the assumption make Indonesian afraid to speak English. Finally, in this view, the Indonesian nation has minimal people who can speak English. Next.
The effect of ethnocentrism in Indonesia with English communication. From Mika's explanation, we could assume that Indonesian people is ethnocentric. Samovar, Porter, and McDaniel, in their book Communication Between Cultures, said that ethnocentrism has three levels: positive level, negative level, and extreme negative level. Indonesia ethnocentrism could be considered as negative level. When there's Indonesian people speaking in English, other Indonesian people view them as an arrogant person that doesn't know their national language and not nationalized. But learning English and use English to communicate doesn't mean that someone is arrogant. This kind of ethnocentrism that happened in Indonesia make Indonesian people lack of practice communicating in English. Because of that, not many people in Indonesia could fluently speak or write in English, even though English skills nowadays become obligatory because of globalization. Furthermore, Indonesian people think that cultural influence from other countries considered inappropriate. Idrus Ruslan, in his journal, said that some of foreign culture is not in accordance with Indonesian culture. Many of Indonesian people think that foreign influence considered bad for Indonesian culture, and because of that, nowadays Indonesian culture eroded by foreign culture. Indonesian people think that their own culture is good and must be preserved. While it is a very good thing to love our own culture, this perception could also become a barrier for Indonesian people when they are communicating in English, especially with people from other countries, because they are worried that they will get a bad cultural influence from foreign people. Thank you, and move to the next speaker, please.
The skills to live and work in the 21st century are new to all of us. No matter what century, it is knowing one's duties and responsibilities. Duties and adapting to others is all we know. But in this 21st century, having creativity in new technologies and innovations is a challenge for all of us. Because we live in an era where technology is far more advanced than humans. Therefore, we must adapt to keep up with increasingly rapid technological developments. Therefore, we all need to be aware of the vast changes in the world and realizing the importance of English. If we all keep quiet and don't see the importance of English and the use of skills in the 21st century as it is today. It can affect work from now on. There are foreign investors to invest widely in Thailand and Indonesia. By incorporating the use of English in every part of our daily life, it will create familiarity with ourselves so we can realize that English is very important only for the world in the 21st century.
Okay, and that is the end of our session. Thank you, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Evening.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
You guys.